you guys are back, and unless it's your first time, then welcome to the show. This is Northwest Fisherman. We're going to be doing an unboxing today of November's Mystery Tackle Box Pro Panfish and Trout. This actually works out really great because I was just going through some of my other baits for a trout fishing trip I've got planned for tomorrow and loading stuff up, and I noticed my box was here. So let's crack this thing open and see what we got. Alright, first up, got a little impulse guys. Little bitty guys. Okay, so these are, I'm not going to open these. They're just little bitty, super finessey jigs. These are pretty great. I really like using these underneath a float in the river. You could use them in a lake, but I personally really love using these in the river underneath a float because it makes it much easier to cast them, because these things are only, they're not even a 64th ounce, I think. So without something to help you cast it, they're almost impossible to cast. Got some sandbar tackle, beaked bait holder hooks. Wow, I can't really talk today. Size number 6, so I got 6 of those. That's nice. I like getting hooks. Bait keeper hooks are always super useful too, because you can use them for different things, especially if you want to build like your own like wedding ring or something like that, or upgrade one that you already have, or replace line, or if it's got rusty hooks. These are fantastic for that because it's the same hook that comes on those anyway. Let's see what we got here. Silver scales spoon with no information, so that's a little annoying. Let's crack this thing open. This thing looks really familiar. So it's a casting spoon, obviously, which I'm really hoping, as you can see here, there's a huge imperfection on it, and the shine on the back of it's pretty horrible. It does have some paint on the side, so I'm thinking that's just clear coat. But then there's none on this side. This thing is surprisingly not great. Let's see if we can... I mean, it kind of comes off. Okay, so this just isn't really shiny at all. I think it's worse in person than it's going to be on camera. So that's pretty disappointing, because I really like spoons. But man, that looks familiar. Really, really familiar. Freedom baits. Got some little bitty. Oh, let's get one of these guys out, because I'm never going to show you one of these on camera with it in the package. And half the fun of this is pulling them out for you guys. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so this is going to be perfect on like maybe like a 1/64th or like a 1/32 ounce jig head. Would be perfect for this. And I would even go as far as to cut the end of this off. That's super cool. I really like that because it's got all these little appendages on it, and it's the right color. No scent, but I like that. I like that a lot. Oh! Look at that, 1/32 jig heads. So this will be perfect for throwing underneath the float. Let's get this open here real quick. This is like one of my biggest gripes about this box, is that they never send jig heads, so that's really exciting. Alright, let's just... There's like no edge on this box. Alright, let's get this opened up here. Get one of these. Wow, these are really sharp. So these are Eagle Claw, 1/32, I believe it was. Alright, knock the sticker off. Yeah, Eagle Claw, 1/32, ball head jigs. Get my knife out real quick. So what I'm going to do is, see this little head on here? I don't really like having not a flat part when I rig jigs on, especially if I'm fishing super clear water. So just cut the end of that off, just like that. So it's flat. Measure it up against the hook a little bit there. Thread this guy on there. And this will be super amazing for underneath a float. The kind of nice thing about these super small finessey baits like this, when you put them on, they don't have to absolutely be perfect because it is so small. So yeah, just like that, underneath the float in the river, it's perfect. That is perfect. It's an amazing setup. I'm definitely going to take these tomorrow. Oh, looks like he's already missing some legs on it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's missing a couple of legs. Dockside. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So these are like little... I think it's supposed to be like a Helgramite kind of, but like a tube. Oh, I only wanted one. So it's got two little flanges here that are flailing. Yay, look at that. Nice body. Pink and chartreuse. That's a sweet color combination with a little bit of pepper sprinkled in there. That's neat. No scent. Which, I mean, you could look at scent one of two ways. Yeah, it's cool when baits have scent, but scent wears off. That's a given. Whack 'em and stack 'em custom baits. So I definitely 10,000% already have these. Let's see if I can get one out for you guys. Once again, I grabbed two by accident. Throw that over there. So it's just got this. Well, against my hand, that really doesn't help. Maybe? Yeah. There you can go. Semi-transparent with some red and blue flake in it. Nice little guy. Pretty useful. Especially if you're like crappie fishing or something like that. That'd be great. And even like if you're bluegill fishing, be fantastic. Trout, maybe not so much. This is more trout oriented. I mean, they'll all hit this, but this is better. Magic bean. I know for a fact I have this. I also know I have this for a fact. This is a Lucky John Hyara Shallow Pilot Tiny 33F. Okay, so this thing is actually really legit for trout. I love throwing this in the lakes and the rivers because it's just enough, but it is super, super, super light. And they are not joking when they say 0 to 1 feet. You can always see it. And trout hate this thing. I don't really like lunker hunt stuff. Actually, here. I have that little Hyara right here. If I can get it out without stabbing myself. There we go. Yeah. So there we are. Little Hyara. Let's see if we can... I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it's got the slightest rattle, and this thing is pretty sweet. Oh. We got a situation. I'll fix that later. It's not that big of a deal. And that magic bean, I know I've got that. I might have lost it, but I know I've had one before. And I know I got that magic bean out of a mystery tackle box. So that's slightly upsetting that I've got at least 3 repeats, because I know I already have these. Maybe... And that spoon looked really familiar too. Let's crack the spoon box open. That's a Daredevil. Let's see. Maybe I don't have that spoon specifically. No, I don't have that one specifically, but this spoon, I don't like this spoon. The quality is horrible. So, horrible quality. Put this down. Both of these I've already gotten in the last year from Pro Panfish and Trout. So that's 2. 3 strikes. 4th strike, because I know I have these. So really this month what I got were these guys, which I might already have. I know I have stuff similar to it, but I don't know if I have ones this big. This is cool. This is new. I'm 99% sure I don't have these. Jig heads, always nice. So that's a win. Bait holder hooks, size 6, perfect for wedding rings and stuff. That's a good thing. The impulse jigs, I've got a ton of impulse jigs. This one specifically, I don't know if I actually have it, but I don't know. Last month and this month now kind of really hurts my feelings. It's just, it's kind of lost that, because this is my favorite box to open, you know, and for it to be not that good is pretty upsetting. It really is pretty upsetting. I don't know. I mean, 3 things that I know I already have. A spoon that's... I mean, the shape, the body itself is a good design. It's got a good weight. It's a good size. But the quality control on it, like, that's not just stuff on it, guys. That's the finish. And that's just like clear coat from whatever they tried to paint. So they tried to put the silver on the sides, but it didn't go on this side at all. And then there's just hot glue or whatever they used to put that on there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But this this is a really upsetting spoon, because this is like, is this glow in the dark or something at least? Is that why we have such... Doesn't say here. It might be glow in the dark. It'd be really cool if it was. I'll have to play with it for a little bit and see. Leave it in some sunlight or something. But if this is not glow in the dark, like, it doesn't catch light. Yeah, it gives vibrations off, but like, half the fun of using a spoon is that flash. And believe me, I know my spoons. These are just the spoons I use all the time. These are my favorite. These are for pike, muskie, trout, whatever. Big lake fish, you know. This is upsetting. This is really upsetting, because I think, what was it, like last month or the month before, we got that really cool, this guy, the little glow-in-the-dark guy that activates in water, a little LED turns on. I took this out trying to go for muskie, or not muskie, but walleye, hoping I can get a walleye to bite it. But I mean, I just caught like 2 little trout on it, but I was experimenting with some stuff. But yeah, that's. I mean, really, this is what I got that was legit out of the box for me, at least. I mean, for other people like that don't have that, I can see where that's exciting. But I'm also willing to bet the most expensive things in this box I already have it. Value $10, $6, and $5 for the. Oh, it does glow in the dark. Glow getter spoon. So yeah, it glows. But that's pretty upsetting. I mean, half the value of the box I legitimately already have. And I really don't like lunker hunt stuff. I don't like to be like that, but I mean, there's much better things for the money and much better things you can get quality wise, especially for that money. Like, no inline spinners this month. That's upsetting. But yeah, I hate to tell you guys that for the first time, I think possibly ever, I've actually been really upset with this box. I mean, last month was kind of a letdown. It wasn't that cool, but this month, I'm not loving it. I'm I'm actually kind of upset. Wow, okay. This stuff's gonna go over here in the trout pile for tomorrow, for sure. But yeah, that's upsetting, guys. Um. Anyway, on that note, we have Elite Bass coming in a couple days. It's usually a couple days after the Pro Panfish and Trout shows up. I still have both Monster Bass boxes, the 6-cent sack coming. I've got some other really cool little content I'm working on a video, which will actually probably be dropped by the time I drop this Monday, probably, of how I break down lakes and what tools I use to help me break down a lake if I've never been to it, or if I haven't fished it very often, or whatever. So yeah, stay tuned. And well, I should drop a keyword for this video for the giveaway, huh? Yeah, keyword's going to be inline spinner, because I really feel like there should have been an inline spinner or something more in this box. So keyword, inline spinner, guys. Alright, well, I'll drop all the information for the giveaway down below. And you guys take care, stay safe, stay really, really safe out there. It's windy. Yeah, tight lines. See you later.